Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 8 of my Let's Play Doki Doki Encore. Yes. In the previous episodes, we had our first date with Sayori, and we also talked about some more serious stuff. And once again, we are not safe from Monika's nightmares because we just don't listen. The same familiar voice angrily screams, making my ears sting in agony. I tried to move to cover my ears, but my arms remain locked by my sides, forcing me to simply just wince in pain. I guess I stand corrected. I just don't know what's with you. I don't understand why you continue to pursue the most hopeless of all of us all. Sayori is a lost cause. It's not worth spending your precious time and energy into someone like her. Sure, you might cheer her up for the time being, but she'll fall back into her same self-destructive mindset. You know how much she hates herself. Sayori would kill herself without a second thought, regardless of how much love you give her. Do you really want a girl like that? She's not worth it. Well, you're saying that I 100% know for certain you're going to say this with anyone I choose. So unless it's Monika, then I will have pleasant dreams and I won't ever have nightmares again. She truly is selfish. She admits it. She admits it too. No, I've said this in blue skies. That's the depression making her think that. And take a guess who the depression is here, Monika. So why do you waste more time with her just to cheer her up for a few hours? The price of doing so is death. If she ever finds out the truth about this place, she won't just be killing herself. She'll kill everyone, including you. It's time for you to see that. I'm immediately jolted awake. However, instead of finding myself lying on my bed, I find myself standing on the sidewalk by Sayori's house in school uniform. But Sayori is oddly enough in her pajamas, red-faced with tears streaming down her cheeks. What did I just find myself in? So that's why I'm not coming to school, Mark. I'm not really feeling like myself today. I blink a few times and look to confirm that I'm really outside. How the hell did I get here? I was just in bed. Granted, I was dealing with the voice tormenting me. I guess it just made me forget waking up and getting ready. No, I'm pretty sure this is still part of the nightmare. Did you get that, Mark? I tried to go along with the situation. Yeah? I understand, Sayori. Everyone needs to take a day to themselves once in a while. I'm sure everyone will understand. Somehow I doubt that. They're just going to worry about me, Mark. They don't know what I'm going through. I really don't want you to cover for me. I'd feel so guilty for having you lie for me. Well, that's what a good boyfriend does, right? Yeah. You know, I'm surprised you're still taking this so well. I thought you'd be offering to stay with me. Given some of the things I just told you. She got me in a trap here. How am I supposed to keep this up? I mean, I am worried about you. I always have been. But you wanted me to tell everyone that you're not feeling good, right? I didn't say that. Mark, were you listening to anything I was saying? Of course I was. I can't believe I'm lying to Sayori's face in the middle of her meltdown. This isn't good. I'm just out of it, okay? You were completely fine this morning. You even told me you were willing to meet up with me so early. I did? I look at my watch. 6:45. All the way around. And then look up at the sky and see the sky just turn fully blue. I never get up this early on a school day. What the hell is happening? I turn back to face Sayori, who's now angrily staring me down. You weren't listening to anything I said. You ignored me, after you promised that you wouldn't. Sayori, no need to apologize. I'm used to having everyone be ignorant about how I really feel inside. And how are you feeling on the inside? Like I want to die! Sayori's sudden yelling... What? Sayori's sudden yelling me jars me backwards. yelling at me. Sayori's sudden yell, whatever, yeah, she suddenly yells and I'm taken aback by it. Yeah, okay, I get it. I've never heard her raise her voice in such a frightening tone. You don't really care about me. You're only dating me to fill your life with some sick pleasure, isn't it? Sayori, that's not true and you know it. I know that I've been failing for you all these years. I've been doing my best to make up for it. And I know I need to do more. But I care about you. I always have. I always will. You're just saying that to make me feel better. It won't work this time, Mark. I think I've finally had enough with it all. What are you saying? Don't worry about it. I wouldn't want to ruin everyone's day. That would just be selfish. Sayori lets out an uncomfortable laugh that only adds to the already tense atmosphere. I'm sorry I dragged you out of here for nothing. You won't have to worry about me anymore. I think I served my purpose. I can't keep you guys happy forever if I keep feeling hopeless. So the solution is obvious. Goodbye, Mark. Before I can open my mouth, Sayori virtually walks back in her house. What the hell was that? Why was she jumping to conclusions like that? Did she really tell me something that important? How could I have missed that? Nothing about this situation feels right. No, I still refuse to believe that this is actually happening. It's still Monika. I mean, of course it's Monika, but it's still a dream. I just refuse to believe that this is actually happening. That Monika just fucking teleported me in time just to be an asshole. Is Sayori really going to... No. No. She couldn't. I quickly run into Sayori's house, using the key under the mat to let myself in. I run up to the stairs to Sayori's room, where it seems to be closed shut. I frantically knock on Sayori's door. Sayori? Are you in there? I knock on the door again. Sayori! I press my ear to the door to see if my ear? I press my ear to the door to see if she's really in there. That doesn't compute. But okay. I can't hear anything. Well, what the hell is she doing? Sayori, are you okay? Not waiting for her answer, I throw the door open. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I scream in horror and disgust as I fall back onto the floor in shock. Sayori! Sayori's gazeless eyes stare blankly at me as she slowly swings from side to side. No, I was too late. I completely fucked up. Tears in my eyes as I pranked off the floor, screaming in anguish. Why did she do this? What happened? She hasn't been this bad since Sunday. What did I do wrong? I should have spent more time with her. How? I spent every waking moment with her. I should have told her more about how much she meant to me. And now I'm never going to get another chance. I go up to the floor and start sobbing. To myself, my mind tries to come up with some sort of scenario of how she could possibly be alive right now. Maybe I'm still dreaming. Maybe she's still alive. I quickly throw open Sayori's drawers. There has to be something to cut her down. Come on. Through my frantic searching, I finally find a box cutter. This should do. I quickly run up to Sayori. I get up from under her, so her feet are resting along my shoulders. I stretch out my arm as far as I can and start cutting away at the rope. I almost got it. As soon as the rope snaps, Sayori and I fall right onto the floor. I roll over to face Sayori, who is laying stiffly on the floor. I quickly loosen the noose as best I can. Sayori? Oh, that's... no. Why so close? I gently shake her body a few times. Sayori, can you hear me? She doesn't respond. No. Why would she do this? I try to check her pulse but don't feel anything. She can't be gone. No, she can't be. That was really fast, by the way, so I don't believe it. I still call bull on this. I still call bull on all this scenario. This entire thing. Tears are flooding down my face as I cradle Sayori's lifeless body in my arms. This is my fault. If I just paid more attention, if I just listened. Well, it was... If it turns out that this is all real, then it's Monika's fault. Because she teleported me in after she told me something. Then she wouldn't have snapped like this. I'm a failure. No. No, I'm not letting you die. I lay Sayori on the floor and begin CPR. That's a Five Nights at Freddy's noise and I hate it! I hate that noise! That is the noise you hear when you're on the camera and there is an animatronic in the fucking office with you and you're about to die when you flip the camera down. That's a Five Nights at Freddy's noise! I know it! I heard it too many fucking times! Suddenly I begin to hear an ungodly groan emitting from Sayori's mouth. Sayori? Sayori's eyes roll towards me. Just let me die! Well, Sayori pushes me off of her, causing me to stumble back. She stands herself up, not breaking her menacing stare. Sayori! You're alive! You're alive! I feel a mix of emotions course through me as I try to hug Sayori, but her stare stops me cold. Why did you come here? Why couldn't you let me rest in peace? Why do you continue to torment me by letting me live? Sayori? What are you talking about? I was worried about you. That's why I came. I didn't want you to do what evidently you just did. So now you care, huh? After ignoring me for a year, you finally decided I'm worth your time? Nothing you've done can make me forgive you. Sayori, what the hell are you even talking about? I know I haven't been perfect, but nothing! You ignored me for an entire year, while I was dealing with my soul splitting in two. You know how awful you've made me feel over this last year? Mark? That's not in caps lock anymore. Awful enough to where I wanted to hang myself. And you made me do it. This is 100% still Monika. You pushed me beyond my breaking point. I know your affection for me was fake. Nothing is real. Existence is pain. Existence is pain. This sounds like a Rick and Morty episode. Sayori lets out a raspy, maniacal laugh. I slowly start backing my way to the exit. I see that you need some time alone, Sayori. Oh, no. Sayori quiets her phone to an eerie whisper that I can barely hear. No, Mark, don't leave. You said you wanted to spend time with me. No time like the present, right? I'm gonna be late to school. Forget school. They never taught us anything useful anyway. It's all an elaborate game, Mark. You and this world have played me for so long, using my kindness to make you feel good about yourselves. But I've figured out how to beat it. It was so easy. She's completely lost it. I tried to outrun her, but Sayori would probably catch up to me long before I make it to school. But if I can make it to the neighbor's house... How did you beat it, Sayori? At this point I'm trying to do everything I can to make sure Sayori doesn't attack me. Do you really want to know? I want to know that this is still a dream. I don't think you care enough, Mark, considering how you let someone you've known forever just hang herself. I'm sorry, Sayori. Please tell me. Come over here, then, and I'll tell you. I'm so wrecked with anxiety, it feels like my heart's about to explode. My vision is starting to become blurry as Sayori continues to stare me down. The more I stare back at her, the more lightheaded I feel. What's happening? Don't tell me I'm about to pass out now at a time like this. I don't feel so good, Sayori. Just tell me. Sayori giggles. Okay. Here's how you beat the game, Mark. Sayori pauses dramatically as I both anxiously eye her and the exit, trying to determine when I should try to book it. Kill yourself. What? Come again? Kill yourself. What the hell is she talking about? Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Sayori starts repeating the same thing over and over again, growing louder each time. I start making movements to run for the exit. Sayori suddenly stops her chant and stares right at me. I guess it's in Monika's, or demonic voice. Kill yourself. I slowly open my eyes. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. It was still all the nightmare. I couldn't believe for a second that was actually going on. Fortunately, I find myself back in my bed at the same bedroom I've had all along. However, I still feel unnerved from the whole experience. My heart is racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Warm sweat is crawling down my neck. And I feel this sense of dread. Though I can't exactly tell from what. As I wipe my brow from the sweat, I notice light from outside starting to creep through the blinds. I turn my head to check my alarm clock. 5:30. I guess that was just a dream, huh? I loudly mused to myself. Just to be sure, I opened my phone and checked my text to see if Sayori had texted me. To my relief, I haven't gotten any notifications since I went to sleep. I tried to prop myself up, but I feel a sudden rush of pain hit my forehead, instantly making me feel dizzy. I force myself to lay back down. My vision becomes blurry as I furiously blink several times in an effort to restore it back to normal. Well, at least I don't need to get up particularly soon. I would go back to sleep, but I'd rather not dream of being attacked by Sayori again. I simply stare at the ceiling through my hazy vision as I attempt to process my experience. These nightmares are just getting stranger. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Along with these side effects, if you can ever call them that. If you can even. I guess this weekend I could try scheduling a doctor's visit about all this. Maybe I can bring Sayori with me too. Hopefully we can try to solve 2 problems at once that way. I simply let out a sigh and stare at my ceiling, waiting for my headache to dissipate. As I try to pass the time before I need to head out of the bed, it still hits me that I'm still nowhere close to deciding on what to say to Yuri. Though I don't really expect her to talk to me given how yesterday went. I think I've settled my feelings for Sayori at this point, and I don't see a reason to break up with her. I should have expected to deal with this much drama when I decided to join an all-girls club. In retrospect, I guess I was kind of asking for it. I just didn't know how stressful it'd be. Oh well, I guess I'll try to solve one problem at a time. I guess try to put in some more thoughts into my feelings about Yuri. Maybe today it'll dawn on me. Suddenly my phone rings. I gingerly reach over to silence the alarm and proceed to drag myself out of bed and prepare for the day in front of me. Fortunately, it seems that my body has recovered from the ordeal and I feel pretty much back to normal. But something continues to nag me in the back of my mind. Maybe if I ignore it, it'll go away. Let's get this over with. I muttered to myself as I begin my morning routine. I end up getting ready a few minutes earlier than I normally do, so I decided to take the time to wait outside for Sayori outside. There's one outside too many there. Leaning against the lamppost, I reflect on the last night's dreams and try to make sense of what it's been saying. I don't understand why I'm supposed to not allowed to spend time with Sayori. I'm a person with free will. I can choose who I want to spend my time with freely. But I don't understand how this voice can be jealous of me spending time with Sayori. Unless my subconscious is trying to tell me something. Hey Mark? I look up to see Sayori already standing in front of me. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Ready for school? I try to sound as energetic as possible, but Sayori is able to see through my facade pretty easily. Mark, did you have another bad dream last night? I simply nod my head in disappointment. I don't really want to talk about it right now. Mark, Sayori suddenly steps forward and brings me into an embrace. I slowly reciprocate, feeling the warmth of Sayori's body radiating onto me. Despite the traumatic experience of last night, I already feel somewhat better. I'm sorry you're having nightmares again. I just wish there was something I could do to help. You can't. And I don't know what will, to be honest. Sayori and I break our embrace, her warmth quickly being brushed off by the cool morning breeze. I have considered seeing my doctor about this. Maybe there's a medical explanation for it. Well, just do whatever you need to, Mark. I'll support you. That's my line. That is literally what I said about how to tackle your depression. Okay, whatever. It does put a smile on my face though, Sayori. Well, I guess now would be a good time to bring up my idea for Sayori. I'd like for you to come with me. Sayori eyes me suspiciously. Huh? How come? Not that I'm opposed to going with you or anything, but I thought it wasn't that bad. It's not about that, it's about your rain clouds. Remember the idea that I brought up with you last night? Yeah? It would mean a lot to me if we both tried to solve our problems together. I know you want me to get better, and well, I'd like to be able to return the favor somehow. Sayori uncomfortably gazes off into the distance. I'm still thinking it over, Mark. I still don't quite understand Sayori's reluctance to getting help, but given that this is a pretty big deal for her, I need to try to be as patient as possible. It's okay. It's not like I'm heading there after school or anything. Don't feel rushed. Sayori flashes me a weak smile. Come on, let's get going. Without another word said, Sayori and I begin our daily commute to school. The walk to school was rather silent. I ended up telling Sayori some details of about my nightmare. I avoid telling her the more gruesome parts of it, but she was still disturbed all the same. I also explained to Sayori what the other two dreams were like as well, what the other two dreams were like as well, to the best of my memory. We tried to make sense of everything as best we could, but we couldn't reach any solid conclusion for why I could possibly be having these nightmares. I haven't been watching any horror movies lately, and I haven't experienced anything traumatic since the festival. Maybe it's just some sort of weird phase I'm going through. Maybe it's just Monika. Ultimately, we decided to stop talking about it as we got closer to Sayori's class. Well, I guess I'll see you after school. Just take care of yourself, okay, Mark? I'll try my best. Even despite those nightmares, I'm not really tired. Just more disturbed than anything else. Well, let me know if something happens. I'll be sure to. Good. Sayori flashes me her biggest smile that I've ever seen all day. Or that I've seen all day, which helps me calm my nerves a bit. If it weren't for the other students walking around the hallways, I'd probably take her into my arms right about now. Apparently, I'm not the only one feeling the magic of the moment either, as Sayori blushes brightly. I'll see you later, Mark. She quickly stammers out. Yeah, I'll see you. Sayori quickly scrams into her classroom, her face flushed with embarrassment. Even I can feel my own face running hot. In an effort to not draw attention to myself, I speed walk to my classroom. And it has to be record time. I arrive at my fairly empty classroom. Only a few early birds were sitting in the seats by the time I got in. By the time I got there, but whatever. I walk to the back of the room and to my usual spot and begin unpacking my stuff for class. However, as I'm doing that, my pocket vibrates. I pull up my phone to see that I've gotten a text. It's from Sayori. It's not enough that we text each other, given that we see each other in person a lot. Not to mention, we just saw each other. You feeling okay? I feel a smile creep across my face as I read that. That is it. Well, it's better now. That would be my response. Still, I was a little worried before that Sayori would overreact knowing something was wrong with me. I really do appreciate her concern though. Yes, I'm feeling fine. You don't need to worry. I add a heart emoji to the text for good measure. Sayori responds about half a minute later. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I then receive a kissing face emoji from her. I tried to hide my grin from my classmates as I sent one back to Sayori as well. As I finish getting ready for class, my phone rings once again. I look over to read the text. Do you want to hang out in the club later? I contemplate my response. She just probably wants to make sure I'm doing okay. Besides, I've enjoyed spending time with her lately, so there's no reason not to. Yeah, sure, I'd love to. That's great. I should be getting to the club a little earlier today. I'll be in my usual spot. Sounds good to me. Sayori sends her favorite smiling emoji, and I end up sending one back as well. Well, this is great. I get to spend today with Sayori. Just like any other day so far. I wonder if she has anything special planned. As soon as I finish my thought, the teacher comes in to start today's lesson. Here we go with another boring day of school. At least I have the club to look forward to. The rest of the school day goes by rather quickly, and I was able to get through it without much incident. I occasionally got a headache and every now and then the same mysterious sense of dread washed over me, but it never lasted more than a few minutes. I also tried to use my time during lunch periods to work out my feelings towards Yuri. Trying to settle on my exact feelings for her was hard, but I think I've generally worked out what I could say to her. Though I'm doubtful that she'll ask me about it today. Maybe by Friday at the latest. Why am I worrying about this? I should be looking forward to the club today, not dreading it. I'm going to get to spend more time around Sayuri. I should put my best face forward. Just like that, the final school bell rings, signifying the end of the day. I pack up my things and head out to meet Sayuri. I wait by the doors up to the classroom, as I see countless students walking by me on the way to their own respective clubs or their way home. Sure enough, I spot Sayuri heading my way and I wave to get her attention. She manages to squeeze her way through the crowd to get to me. Hi Mark! Hey Sayuri, nice crowd surfing skills. Sayuri lets out a small giggle. Well hey, it's a pretty good skill to have in this school. Yeah, this extremely empty school. But yeah, we'll just pretend that it's packed. Yeah, I know what you mean. They really should get these hallways enlarged. Not that it would ever happen. We wait for a few minutes for the hallways to thin out a little so we can get to the stairs without a hassle. While we're waiting, Sayuri turns to me. So how was your day? It was alright. Are you feeling any better? I pause to think over for a moment. Just then, the same sense of dread that's been plaguing me all day creeps up on my spine. It's almost enough to make me shake this time. I try to sound as convincing as I can with my answer. I guess so. Haven't felt any worse at least. Well, I guess that's good. I just want you to be okay. I know. You're doing a good job, Sayuri, I'm alright. I shoot Sayuri a reassuring smile as she does the same. Anyways, enough about me. How's your day been? I had a test today. Oh really? How was it? Sayuri nervously twiddles with her fingers. You bombed it, didn't you? Well, I haven't gotten the results back yet, but in my defense it was a really hard test. Did you study for it? Sayuri nervously giggles. I shake my head in disappointment before she finally lets it out. I forgot we had one until last night. I facepalm. How come you didn't tell me this last night? I would have helped you study. I didn't remember until after I got home. I once again shake my head in disappointment. Sayuri, you have to be better than that. If you don't pay attention to your grades, you're going to fall behind again. It's just one test, Mark. I think I've done alright in all the others. Well, I just don't want a repeat of 7th grade. That was a nightmare to pull your grades back up. But we did it! Barely. Come on, Mark, don't you trust me? Not on important things, no. Why the hell did I just say that? Sayuri stares at me as the air between us suddenly becomes unusually heavy. I'm confused for a moment until the full weight of what I just said hits me like a freight train. Oh. I didn't mean it like that. It's fine, Mark, I know what you meant. Sayuri's deadpan tone and expression failed to convince me otherwise. But there's no real use fighting it now. I'm sorry. You know, I think the hallway is clear enough for us. I look to see that other than a few lingering students, the hallway is completely empty. I guess you're right. Let's go. Sayuri starts walking off without me in the direction of the stairwell, leaving me no choice but to practically run after her. The rest of the walk to the clubroom was silent, as Sayuri barely even acknowledged me. I kept mentally kicking myself over and over again for how stupid I was to say it like that. Who knows how long she'll be like this. I doubt she'll want to spend time around me now. The usual scene greets us as we walk in. Everyone is in their usual spot doing their usual routines. Monika shoots us her signature grin as he sees Sayuri and I walk in. Oddly enough, something about Monika's grin rubs me the wrong way. I wonder what about that. Before Monika can greet us, Sayuri promptly goes to her usual spot and stares blankly at the wall. Monika shoots me a concerned look, but I raise my hand to let her know I have it under control. Yeah, sure. Without a word, Monika returns to the teacher's desk, and as I gingerly put my stuff on a desk in the middle of the room. I look over to Sayuri, who is still staring blankly at the wall. I let out a sigh and walk over to her. Sayuri? I'm fine, Mark. I just want some space right now. I can't believe how badly I screwed up this time. Okay, let me know if you need anything. Yuri doesn't give me a response. I sigh as I walk over to the windowsill across the room. I stare out into the view of the school's courtyard as I reflect on the situation. I guess we won't be spending time together today. I really suck at this whole boyfriend thing, don't I? Through my internal self-deprecation, I begin to space out. Spacing out. Suddenly I feel a tap on my shoulder. Is it Yuri? I turn around expecting to see Yuri or Monika. Hi Yuri. Instead I see Yuri as soon as I turn around. Oh hey Yuri, what's up? Do you have a moment, Mark? Yeah, sure. What's up? If it's not too much, maybe take this outside? I feel another wave of dread wash over as I hear that. Oh no. Please don't let this be what I think it is. Is there a particular reason? I'd rather that our discussion have some privacy. Alright. I reluctantly start walking towards the door with Yuri, as my mind begins racing with all sorts of possibilities for why she wants to talk to me. However, we're stopped right at the doorway by Monika, who looks at us with a curious expression. Where are you two off to? Not now, Monika. Excuse me? I said it's none of your business. Monika is clearly caught off guard by Yuri's angry tone, but she doesn't yield. Actually, Yuri, it is my business. It's my responsibility to know where you two are off to, especially since we're going to start today's activity in a few minutes. I don't want Mark wandering off again. Pardon me, Monika, but he's not going to wander off. Ladies, that's the worst way to settle this argument, but okay. I raise my hands calmly in an attempt to diffuse the argument. We'll be right outside. It'll just be a few minutes. Just get us when you're about to start, okay? Monika lets out a defeated sigh. Fine, I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Thank you, Monika. Monika angrily stares at Yuri for her to say the same, but she seems too embarrassed to say much. Monika then brushes past us and goes back to the teacher's desk. I guess we can go now? Yuri mutters as she opens the door and walks out into the hallway.